Hello. Welcome. Today's story is a typical story about the rivalry between a daughter-in-law and her mother-in-law. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on my latest content. Now, let's get started. Mama, this is my house. You can't just walk into my kitchen and take over, Oge announced. This is my son's house, and I can enter any room as I please. Who was cooking for him before you came? Mama responded. I don't care, Mama. Now he has a wife, and it's my responsibility to cook for him and take care of him. Mama, you have started again. Why can't I have peace in my house? What is it? You left your husband's house to come here and torment me, Oge accused. Can't I also have peace in my son's house? Must his witch of a wife without home training torment me? Mama responded. If you feel tormented, I suggest you go to your house, said Oge. This is my house. As long as my son owned this house, this is my house, Mama replied. Hi, my name is Emeka. The conflict between my wife and mother has reached a climax, and I knew I had to do something. From the room, I could hear my mother and wife at it again. Anytime my mother visited, it was always like this, the two of them bickering at each other, and I was caught in between because these are the two of the people that I love most in the world. My mother and my wife. They are two people I'm not willing to do without. They are both important to me. On one side is my mother who gave birth to me. She nurtured and cared for me, and her sacrifices for me cannot be quantified. On the other side is my beautiful wife, fierce and quick-tempered, loving and loyal. My friends have complained that her blood too dey hot. I like her like that. They should go and mind their own wives. The rivalry between them has become unbearable for me. My mother would accuse me of allowing my wife to disrespect her, and my wife would accuse me of not standing up for her. Please, you people should help me. How can I support one against the other? I can't send my wife away just because she doesn't get along with my mother, and I can't stop my mother from coming to my house because she upset my wife. The other day my wife refused to allow me my husbandly duties just because I advised her to be a little patient with my mother. She told me to go get it from her. Can you imagine that? Anyway, I have been planning something which this evening is a perfect time to execute. I brought out a small traveling box and put some clothing items and my toiletry bag in the box. I closed it and came out of our bedroom into the living room. When I came into the living room with the box, the two of them stopped and looked at me. Where are you going with that box, honey? My wife asked. I'm moving out, I announced. The two of them looked at me and my wife began to laugh. Moving out? My mother asked. Yes, Mama. I am tired of this fight between you and my wife. I can't ask you to leave and I can't ask my wife to leave either, so before the two of you kill me, I am moving out. What kind of stupid joke is this, Emeka? My wife asked. No more, honey. I'm not joking. I am leaving. I will send for my other stuff later, I said. Well, in that case, make sure you leave with your mother. I'm tired of you two and will be glad to see you both leave, Oge said. I was hurt by my wife's statement. I was hoping she would start begging me so I could put some rules down for her to follow, but that was not the case. I was forced to continue my charade. Who wants to stay here with you, self? But Emeka, why would you leave your house for your wife? She should be the one leaving, Mama asked. Unfortunately, the house is not mine, Mama, it belongs to my wife. So, when I leave, you can no longer stay here. But you told me you built this house yourself. she asked. Mama, when my wife and I were together, the house belonged to both of us, but now that I'm leaving, you can't stay here. I noticed my wife was watching me. Of course, she knows the house is mine. Then Mama replied, then I'd better follow you, let me get my bag. I can't stay here with this witch. You have to return home because you can't come with me to where I am going. Why not? My mother asked. Because I am going to be with my girlfriend, the woman I will marry when I finally divorce Oge. Happily, Mama responded, good, I have told you to send this rude girl out of your house since. Anyway, this is a good time for me to meet your future wife. I know she will be 10 times better than this witch. Ha, Mama, you can't come home. You can never step foot in her house because she has told me that no family member is welcome in her house. Why do you want to marry that kind of woman? You want to be with someone who doesn't want your family around? Mama asked. Well, that is the kind you are getting. Since my wife opened her doors to my family, what have you people done? You disrespected her in many ways. It's because of mothers-in-law like you that my girlfriend arrived at such a decision. Mama then asked, Emeka, are you truly my son? So, you are blaming me for your wife's bad attitude? Mama, I'm not blaming you. Oh, you claim you come here to spend time with me and your grandson, but anytime you come here it is to quarrel with my wife, and I'm beginning to think you are enjoying it, so let me leave you two to it. All this time my wife was quiet, watching the exchange between my mother and me. Emeka, you can't leave me here, said Mama. Fine, I will put you in a hotel. Tomorrow I will buy you a ticket and you will return home. Anytime you want to see me, call me, I will travel down to see you, Emeka announced. That was how my mother packed her things and followed me that night. I lodged her in a hotel and left. Before I left the hotel, I started receiving calls from my siblings. I simply ignored their calls and went back home. When I arrived home, my wife was on the phone and she was crying. I'm sure she was talking to her sister. She was surprised to see me. Why are you back here? I thought you said you were moving in with your girlfriend, Oge asked. And I thought you said you don't care, that you are tired of me, Oge then asked. What game are you playing, Emeka? No game, Mama is out of the house. Tomorrow I will buy her a ticket and send her home, so now you have your space. I'm off to bed, I announced. The next day I put my mother on the plane and she returned to her home. I still refused to pick up my siblings' call. If Mama was so easy to live with, they should have put her in their homes. Anyway, my wife finally caught on that there was no girlfriend anywhere and that I only devised that lie to get Mama to go back home. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I love my wife more than my mother. There is no basis for comparison, but the reality is that they don't get along. They are too similar and very possessive. While I love my mom, it is my wife with whom I have shared dreams. We have a son to raise and a life to build together. I don't want to subject my son to a broken home just because my mother does not like my wife. I will continue to visit my mother, even take our son to see her, but I will ensure I keep peace. My wife has been trying to apologize for her careless words to me and even been trying to bribe me in the bedroom, but I'm still carrying face. I will let her suffer small. But I know it won't be long before my body will let me down. I will do shakara small and give in because I need body no be wood. Emeka's story shows us that sometimes, drastic problems require drastic solutions. What do you think of Emeka's approach? Was it fair, or could there have been a better way to handle things? Comment below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. Until next time, remember, that life is a journey of lessons, and sometimes the hardest choices lead to the most profound growth. Thank you for watching and goodbye.